Well, happy weekend and a happy Thanksgiving a day late. I pray that you and yours have had a wonderful, wonderful holiday week. I know that many are partaking in Black Friday today and getting out and doing some shopping, and so please be safe. I am about to leave the office and head over to the Christmas tree lot as we have a big day. Hopeful for a big day and a big weekend of sales. So thank you for continuing to get that word out about our Christmas tree sale. We sincerely appreciate all of your help in doing that. Word of mouth is always the best advertiser. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are on social media, you'll see that there are many posts from the Evergreen Express Christmas tree sale. And so like and share those. That helps build up our audience and build up us up in the algorithms of social media. We want to get the word out. So thank you, thank you. Just a couple of reminders, and then I want to talk to you about Advent as Advent begins this Sunday, the 4 Sundays that lead up to Christmas. And so I'll give you a preview of what we're going to be doing in worship and kind of our theming. But first, let's just remind ourselves of some of the wonderful things that we want to make sure you're aware of. I sent you an email last Tuesday, not 2 days before Thanksgiving, but the Tuesday before that, that had so many details about our opportunities to serve primarily and about some events that we want you to be aware of throughout the holiday season. One of those is in just a few days. We have a tradition of serving at the Fostering Foundation Christmas Party, and that happens this Monday evening at the World Equestrian Center. And so I've got about 7 or 8 of you that have responded that said that you plan to attend that and to help us and to help serve. We have a craft table led by Amber Gellner where the kids and families and all that are there at the party can come and do a craft at our table, and they get to keep it. It's a kind of a keepsake for the evening. And so we need folks to help there, as well as fill in with some other tasks that arise, because there'll be hundreds and hundreds of people there. Dinner is served, there's games and inflatables and craft tables. There's a lot that goes on, and so we want to be available to fill in some of those gaps as they arise. So if you're getting this, and you're like, I've never heard about this, I don't know how to respond, you can respond to this particular email or this particular social media post, and I'll get the information to you. Those of you that have already responded, you'll get an email from me today with the details about the event on Monday evening at the World Equestrian Center. All right? That's a real crucial one. Next Sunday, your hygiene stockings are due back. That's December the 8th. Also that evening on December the 8th, which is a Sunday, we're going to host with our St. Paul's Christian School their annual Christmas extravaganza, their Christmas pageant, their Christmas event for their children and families. We would love for you to help with that. We have spots for greeting, for hospitality, and if you can help provide perhaps an individually wrapped goodie, like a baked good, brownie, or anything like that, cupcakes, that's just a great way to communicate to these families and children that this church family values them, cares for them, and it's just a sweet treat for them to have on that very special night. If you can help in any of those ways, please contact Lynn Stalker. Lynn is going to help us coordinate some of that wonderful, wonderful work. And so her phone number is in the directory. Look her up and give her a call or a text message, and she'll get back with you as soon as possible, okay? Lots of other things in there. Please look at that email that was sent on that Tuesday. We'll talk more about some of those other things that are in the email in worship, but we want you to know about those that are coming up in the next week or so that are super duper important to how we plan to live out our gratitude and thankfulness also while in the Advent season. All right? So let's talk a little bit about worship. We shift gears as we begin the 4-week preparation, the 4-week journey into Advent. And we are taking what I believe is going to be a really beautiful approach this year. I was researching back in the summer, certain ways to think about Advent, and I stumbled across this book by Reverend Adam Hamilton from a Methodist church in Kansas City. And it's a book that he wrote years ago where he takes a chapter to focus on particular characters within the birth narrative, within the story of Jesus becoming Emmanuel, God with us, moving into our neighborhood, the story that many of us know well. And what he does is he highlights particular characters, Mary and Joseph, and then interactions like Mary with her cousin Elizabeth. And then he highlights other characters that may not just be a person, but the character of the journey itself and the character of those that came to the manger, whether it be the angels, whether it be the shepherds, and even later in the story, the wise men from the east. And so what he does is he really focuses on, with more depth, what can we learn from them and how they operated and their character and God's revelation to them in these moments. And so what we're going to do is we're going to focus each and every week on one of those particular characters in the story. And we're going to ask the question, based on what we know of them, how did they hold on to hope? So that we may know in our day and in our movement and in our reality now how we can hold on to hope. You know, hope is a discipline. It's this Christianese word that we're supposed to have, this anticipation for what is to come, even whenever we may not understand it or know it or feel it in the present. And hope is really hard for some of us. There are moments that I can be very hopeful, and there are moments where hope is very fleeting. And so we want to look at these stories, we want to look at these characters in the birth narrative and ask the question, how did they hold on to hope in their context, and what does that mean for us? How did God move within them? How did God reveal specific things to them as they held on to hope? What are lessons we can gain from them, and what does it say about God's nature then and now? And so we begin that journey this week of asking the question, how did Mary hold on to hope? Mary, the mother of Jesus, how did the episodes, how did her interactions help her hold on to hope? And what can we learn from that? And so I'm excited about that. I pray that you will be with us as we start this journey, focusing on what it would mean for us in our present reality, as people seeking to follow in the way of Jesus, to center ourselves again in this beautiful mystery of Emmanuel, God with us. How do we hold on to hope? Because I don't know about you, friends, but I need to hold on to hope some days, or all days. Some days are harder than others. And no matter where you are, if you tend to be a hopeful person, please come. If you tend to struggle with hope and struggle with looking out and watching the news and seeing things around, I believe that the Lord will speak a beautiful word to you as we look at these incredible characters that have helped shape the story of God, and most importantly, helped us understand and helped bring in God's reality in the person of Jesus Christ. All right. Grace and peace to you all. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And we look forward to seeing you Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. here in person. If you can't make it in person, of course, we will be streaming online. Safe travels to you all that are out of town, and we can't wait to be with you soon.